So chapter 2, the economic problem. Scarcity. It's often said that we live in a global village. The world's resources are finite. They are unlimited. They are only limited amounts of land, water, oil, food, and other resources on this planet. Economists therefore describe them as scarce resources. So scarcity means the economic agents such as individuals, firms, government, and international agencies can only obtain a limited amount of resources. Are you there? At any moment in time. For instance, a family has to live on a fixed budget. It cannot have everything it wants. A firm might want to build a new factory but not have the resources to be able to do so. A government might wish to build new hospitals or devote more resources to its foreign aid program, but not have the finance to make this possible. Resources that are scarce are called economic goods. So the economic problem is scarcity. So it means economic agents like you, me, government, companies, firms, businesses, they cannot always get what they want. So that means they have to let go of one for another. They have to make choices. That is the point. So why are these things scarce? They are scarce because they are economic goods. Economic goods are those factors of production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. They are not always enough. If they were enough, we wouldn't be paying for education. If everything was enough, there's no point to buy anything. But because they are not always going to be enough, and the population continues to just look for these things, so that is why they become economic goods. Are you getting this?
Mhm.
So not all resources are scarce. There is more than enough air on this planet, for example, to be able to breathe as much as they want. Resources that are not scarce are called the free goods. So we have a free good, which is simply just the air we breathe in, because we don't pay for it, and it's not scarce.
We pay for everything.
The air we pay. So sometimes you could look at water that is free. Water is not really free because you have to purify it. Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So I think the point about economic good and free good is clear.
Yeah.
Free goods are goods that we don't pay for, and they are not scarce. Economic goods are goods that are scarce. I think the point is clear. Now go to infinite ones. Are you there?
Mhm.
People have a limited numbers of needs, which must be satisfied if they are to survive as humans. Some are material needs such as food, water, heat, shelter, and clothing. Others are psychological and emotional needs such as self-respect and being loved. People's needs are finite. However, no one would choose to live at the level of basic human needs if they could enjoy a higher standard of living. So the first part, infinite ones. It's simply about our desire. And desires are like the best, wanting the latest. That is desire. But these things they are infinite. That means they are unlimited. We tend to continue to find them until we are dead. So our desires are not always going to be enough. We continue to desire. But for the basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, these things are what our living depends on. But nobody wants to, stick to the normal basic needs. Everybody wants to go to Bahamas for a holiday. Do you understand? So if we have the opportunity to, we will. But we have to understand that these things are always going to be unlimited, no matter what you have. There was iPhone 15 maybe a year ago. Now there's iPhone 16. So those that bought iPhone 15 would want to buy iPhone 16. Yes or no?
Mhm.
So that's a desire. So that's why no matter how rich we have, we continue to desire for the latest. Do you get the point there? So that's about needs, wants and needs. They are always limited in supply. So for our needs, they are limited in supply, and for our wants, they are unlimited. Do you get it?
Mhm.
Water, food, clothing, they are limited. We cannot always get them. And for our wants, we have the money, but we continue to desire. So that makes it unlimited. So unlimited wants, limited resources. Clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
So go to the basic economic problem. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
The basic economic problem. So the basic economic problem is scarcity. That's the basic economic problem. So let's read anyway. Resources are scarce, but wants are infinite. It is this that leads to the basic economic problem and forces economic agents to make choices. They have to allocate their scarce resources between competing uses. Economics is the study of the allocation of resources, the choices that are made by economic agents. Every choice involves a range of alternatives. You know, when we started, when I defined economics, I said economics is a social science which studies human behavior in relationship between ends and scarce means that have alternative uses. So this is what economy is all about. So at the end of it all, we just need to find a way to allocate resources. That is the point there. So we need to make choice. So every choice we make, that means there's always going to be an opportunity cost. So we have to choose in between different uses. Yes or no? So
That's right.
because we have to choose between these things, there's going to be an opportunity cost. Do you get it? So an opportunity cost is the next best alternative that is forgone. So it's a choice that we did not make. It's a choice. We could easily choose it. We could as well choose it, but we can't. So it becomes an opportunity cost. Do you understand the choice here?
Yes, sir.
There's scarcity. Because there's scarcity, resources are not always going to be enough. We have to make choices between alternative uses. Then there comes opportunity cost. An opportunity cost is the next best alternative forgone. Clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes, it is.
So when we have A, B, C, and we choose A, what is the opportunity cost?
B and C.
No.
Opportunity cost. It's A. Is it? Wait.
When we have to make choices,
Mm-hmm.
when we have to make choices in between alternative uses, like we have A, B, C, and D. So you have to make a choice. You now choose A. What is the opportunity cost? I said opportunity cost is the next best alternative for gun, right?
Yeah.
So what is the opportunity cost?
B.
Why is it B?
It can be any one of them, either B, C, or D, but as long as they're defined. But as long as you chose A, then the opportunity cost for you, in your own perception, is A, the best one.
So is A the opportunity cost?
Yeah.
The choice you made a choice.
Yeah, and in your view, it's the best. It's the best option.
No, listen, we started with the basic economic problem, which is scarcity. Because there's scarcity, we need to make choices between alternative uses.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have different alternative uses. In the course of making choice, okay, we have A, B, C, D, which we can only choose one out of. So we choose A.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing A does not mean that we forgo A. Choosing A means there's going to be an opportunity cost. And what is opportunity cost? We said opportunity cost is the next best alternative forgone. So opportunity cost is the choice that we didn't make. The next choice that we did not make is our opportunity cost. So if I have chosen A out of B, C, D, we have A, B, C, D, and I've chosen A. So what do you think my opportunity cost will be?
B.
B. Because that is the next best alternative that is forgone. Not C, not D. So if I've chosen B, then what will be my opportunity cost?
C.
C. Great. That is the concept of opportunity cost. I think it's clear now.
Yeah.
Great. So we move on to what's an economy. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
What is an economy? An economy is a system that is trying to solve the basic economic problem. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
What is an economy? Economic resources are scarce, but human ones are infinite. An economy is a system that attempts to solve this basic economic problem. There are many different levels and types of economy. There is the household economy, the local economy, the national economy, and the international economy. There are free market economies that attempt to solve the economic problem with the minimum intervention of government and command economies, where the market or the state, where the state makes most resource allocation decisions. Although these economies are different, they are all faced with the same problem, which is scarcity. So an economy is more or less a country. You are an economy, I am an economy when it comes to me deciding or allocating my resources. We have different economies, and all these economies are faced with the same problem, which is scarcity. Because every now and then, whatever decisions we make, we are making them based on choices. Do you get it? Because we cannot always have everything. So, because there's economy, we need to be economical, we need to economize. And to be able to economize, we have to be able to allocate resources. So to allocate resources, we need questions. what, how, whom. Are you with me? So, if you have to allocate resources, it simply means we have to give the right people the right portion or amount of things they need. We have to be rational. That's the word. We have to be rational when we are making decisions. Because that is what economics is teaching us. To be able to, because the resources are scarce, we don't have to even waste them. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So in order not to waste them, we need to allocate resources efficiently. So we have, for economic problem, we have economic questions. So what are these questions about? These questions allows us to be able to allocate resources. The first one is what is to be produced. We're talking about the type of products that the economy needs, or the type of goods or services that we need to produce in this economy. That is what to produce.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about the type, we're talking about even the proportion, the quantity needed. That is the type of product we need to produce. Do you understand what to produce here? Then how? Yes, we need to produce. The economy needs bottled water. This is what the economy needs. We need to produce it. So, how are we going to produce it? The process through which this product will be produced. Do we have the resources to produce them here, or we have to import them from China, or we have to import them from Dubai or wherever it is? But we need it. This is what we need to produce. So how is the process through which these resources, these products will be made available? That is how to produce. Do you get how to produce?
Yes.
Now, for whom to produce to? Who are those that will benefit
Target.
from these consumers?
Mm.
Do you understand? So, how, what, how, for whom? These are basic economic questions to solve the economic problems. Clear?
And each product differs in the model for each country, so you can't sell everything for every country.
Yes. So that is for whom. Any question about that?
No.
No, we'll move on. Now we go to economic resources. Why do we call it economic resources? We call it economic resources because they are scarce. We have to pay for them. They are not always going to be enough. And these are the factors of production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Are you with me? So we start with land. Land is not only land itself, but all natural resources below the earth, on the ground, in the atmosphere, in the sea. Everything from gold deposits to rainwater and natural forests are examples of land. So we call it land. Anything on land is land. Plantation, mountain, lake, they are all land. In as much as they are natural resources, we extract from them. So it's land. Do you understand what land is? It is fixed in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Get that? So for land, we have non-renewable resources in land and renewable resources in land. Do you get that? So for non-renewable, these are resources that are used up, like coal, gold, diamond. As soon as we extract them, we don't have another one there. We need to find a new place. These are non-renewable. Do you get it? Do you get it, please?
Yes, yes.
And for renewable, these are resources that we can always renew. They can always, as soon as we use them, we can always find another.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stock,
Sunlight.
sunlight, water. These are renewable. I think it's fair. Any question about that?
No.
So that's about land. Then we go to labor. When we talk about labor, labor is the physical and mental effort used by human for the production of goods and services. The physical, the mental effort that helps in the production of goods and services. That is labor.
Okay.
Do you understand labor?
Yes.
So worker, as a teacher, it's part of labor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand labor here? So without labor, we don't even produce. You understand? We need them to, to be productive. Okay. So then comes to the value we give to workers.
Which is human capital.
Human capital. And how do we obtain human capital? Through skills, training, improvement in education, improvement in training. That improves their skills, their know-how. That is human capital. Is human capital clear?
Yes.
Then we have capital. Capital is the artificial resources that helps to produce other resources. So we call it artificial because it is being produced by human, like the laptop, like the phone. These are like the air conditioner. They are capital.
Man-made.
They are man-made. So these are human-made resources that helps in the production of goods and services. Is capital clear?
Yes.
Any question about capital?
No.
Done. I'm not even charging. Where's the charger? So that's capital. I think capital is clear.
Mhm.
Then we have capital is of two types. We have working capital and circulating capital. We call it working capital because these are what we use day in, day out, like stock, cash. These are day in, day out things we use. Raw materials, they are working capital. Do you understand working capital?
Mhm.
Then we have the fixed capital. For the fixed capital, they can stay for more than a year with the business. Like equipment, machinery, premises, they can stay more than a year. These are fixed capital. Is it clear?
So
Any
one
question?
is temporary and the other is.
One wouldn't last for more than a year. One wouldn't last more than a year. The other will last more than a year. Clear?
So a computer is a fixed capital.
Fixed, yeah. This couch, they're fixed.
Fixed. Yeah. What about what is a circulating capital?
Stock, bottled water
Yes.
is circulating. Clear?
Mhm.
So go to enterprise or entrepreneurship. Are you there?
Mhm.
Enterprise or entrepreneurship is the fourth factor of production. There's no need. Enterprise and entrepreneurship is the fourth factor of production. It is seeking out of profitable opportunities for production and taking risk in attempting to exploit this. So enterprise or entrepreneurship is it's the office of an entrepreneur. So this is what brings an entrepreneur. So for an entrepreneur is that individual who takes the risk of setting up a business with the aim of making profit. That's an entrepreneur. You get an entrepreneur here? Good. So what do entrepreneurs do? They organize production. They are the ones in charge of land, labor, and capital. So all other factors of production are organized by the entrepreneur. Clear?
Yes.
They are risk takers. Why do we call them risk takers? We call them risk takers because they put their own money into the business that they don't know the outcome.
It's their responsibility.
Yes, it's their responsibility, but that does not make them risk taker. You can have a responsibility without being a risk taker. Anyone could have.
You distinguish a entrepreneur from a normal person because
He puts his own money into the business.
Yeah.
A business that he or she doesn't know what the outcome is. That is the risk. So if it's about your responsibility, and everyone has their own responsibility, but you are an entrepreneur because you have organized all the factors of production. You are a risk taker. You're a risk taker because you put your own money, either being borrowed or whatever it is. You have put your own money in an event, in a project that the outcome is unknown. That is the risk. Do you understand? What an entrepreneur is now? Okay. So what are the rewards? The rewards for the economic resources, which are the factors of production. For land, owners of land will receive what we call payment, which is economic income. We call it income. For having land, your reward is income. For capital, it is interest, because capital will produce other goods or services. So that means capital will always add up. That is interest. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you get it or not?
Yeah, I do get the parts about land, but what about the
Capital.
Yes.
Capital, the reward for capital is interest. And what does interest mean? Interest means adding up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a laptop,
Mm-hmm.
you use it. I'm using my laptop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been using it for the past maybe 3-4 years. So I use it for my stuffs. So I'm increasing in terms of whatever I get, the reward, the results of the students, my revenue, my income, and the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using it to add up, to increase whatever I do. So the reward is interest. So interest means capital would increase. It will increase whatever you have because it is used to produce other goods. So whatever you use to produce other goods are increasing. So that is interest. Is it clear now? Or
Yes,
you want me to explain further?
No, it's clear.
When you say the interest on, okay, you have $5. You gave me $5 and I have to pay you interest of $1. I have to pay you 10% interest.
That's if you're late on money.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have to pay you 10% interest.
Yes.
So 10% interest will add up to the money, yes or no? So that is interest. Don't talk about Islam or no. We're just
Yeah, no, I'm talking. So, for example, when I take money from the bank, and I have to give them the money back plus
interest.
more.
That's interest on loan.
Yes.
So whatever we call interest is an addition to
Additions.
whatever you have had. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
And that's for the owners of capital. Then for labor, the reward for labor is wages or salary. I work, I earn money for that. And for entrepreneurs, the reward for entrepreneurs is the profit they make. You know, I said entrepreneurs are individuals who have taken the risk to set up a business with the aim of making profits. So the reward for entrepreneur is profits.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question about that?
No.
So that ends chapter 2, right?
Yes.